What is up, people? Welcome back. Today I will be reacting to another episode of the Rise of BANGTAN, and as you can tell, I got my headphones. I know that a lot of people were asking me to get these, so thank you so much, and let's hop into the video.
대박! 2013년 8월 25일
I just can't get over how young they are in these videos.
아따 톤 한 단계 업그레이드 됐고 안경을 처음으로 벗고 로고를 찍는다. 야 신기하네. 아무튼 나는 여태 방금 전까지 이제 앨범 작업이 드디어 끝났어.
He's so excited to drop.
랩몬스터라는 이름을 정말 바보가 지은 게 아니라는 걸 증명해드리고 싶다. 오케이? 좋아. 우후! 바이바이바이! 예!
Okay. I remember this music video, and many of you have suggested that I watch it. Trust me, I will get to it. And I think it served as a critique regarding the South Korean education system, which apparently is bland, boring, and standardized, much like the American education system. Quite frankly, I'm glad that these guys stand for certain causes, because you rarely ever see that with singers and musical artists. So for them to do what they have done and donate to the charities that they have donated to, I mean, kudos to them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching.
안녕하세요. VJ 방탄 특공대 MC 진입니다. 2013년 가요계의 혜성같이 등장한 방탄소년단. 훈훈한 외모와 넘치는 카리스마로 많은 분들의 사랑을 받았는데요. 함께 보실까요? 좋게 좋네. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
출근 소감을 얘기해 주실래요?
I love how we just went from that badass music video to this like light and cheerful music that's playing right now.
안녕하세요. 네.
랩몬스터 씨 오늘 초딩이시라고요?
계속 연습했습니다.
생일날 제 솔로가 아니고
Return to the classic.
네, 아무래도 떨려가지고 긴장도 떨려.
Hold on, let's go back real quick. Did he jump over his body?
네, 아무래도 떨려가지고 긴장도 떨려서 연습했어요. 얼떨떨하기도 하고.
저희가 이번에 5 Are You Late To라는 앨범으로 저희가 또 타이틀곡 에너라는 노래로 컴백을 했는데요. 컴백을 했습니다. 저희 에너 한번 들어보시고 죄송합니다. 다시 할게요.
오늘 정말 쟁쟁하신 분들이에요.
Just going back to what he said previously, where Suga says, yes, we keep practicing so we wouldn't get nervous. There are many criticisms I can lodge at the generations that came before me, particularly my elders who are 40 and older. However, I think they are onto something with their critique of younger generations, which is to say there's a lot of value in hard work. And I think oftentimes we lose sight of that. I think we lose sight of how nothing that's worthwhile comes without putting in effort, without working hard, without practicing until your skill becomes second nature and you could do it in your sleep. If you want to be great at something, you got to practice. You got to work hard at it. And it's also important to be selective at what you choose to work hard on, depending on what your dreams and aspirations are, right? So I would criticize the generations that came before me by saying it's not exactly healthy or meaningful to work hard at things that don't fulfill you, don't satisfy you, because ultimately that can be a soul-crushing endeavor. Granted, if you are working in a sweatshop somewhere in China or working in a cobalt mine in the Congo, then my logic goes out the window, right? Because you have to work hard in order to put food on your table for your family. It's literally a matter of life and death. So it is far more difficult to opt out of that kind of hard work and opt into hard work that brings you closer to your passion and your dream. But it's not impossible, right? Because people have done it in the past. Anyways, I will resume the video.
저희가 이번에 War You Late To라는 앨범으로 저희가 또 타이틀곡 NO라는 노래로 컴백을 했는데요.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you're gonna work hard, make sure you work hard for yourself and you work hard with the intention of advancing your dreams and your passion in life. Sometimes you gotta eat shit and you have to work a job that you don't want to work in order to get to where you need to be. But always plan an escape route and don't get comfortable in that position, because that's where a lot of people go wrong. They end up working hard for the wrong company, for the wrong employer that doesn't really give a damn about them. And next thing you know, 10 years pass and they're like, where did all that time go? Don't let that be you, because we only get one shot at this thing called life, at least here on earth. But then again, different faiths believe different things, so I'm sensitive to that, but the sentiment still remains.
컴백을 했습니다. 저희 NO 한번 들어보시고, 죄송합니다. 다시 할게요.
오늘 정말 쟁쟁하신 분들이 많이 계셔서 굉장히 긴장이 됩니다. 원래 대기실에 딱 갔는데
통통 비었어요.
신인 대기실이 통통 비었더라고요.
우리가 그렇게 되죠.
그렇죠. 저희도 언젠가.
If a new idol is successful enough to have a comeback, they must continue to do well to avoid disbandment due to lack of funds.
자, 리허설 3, 2
솔직히 매우 긴장된다. 첫 번째 앨범 때보다 더 멋있는 모습을 보여드려야 된다고 생각되기도 하니까 되게 좀 약간은 부담감이 있기도 한 것 같고, 조금 더 준비를 하고 나가고 싶다는 생각도 조금 있고.
네, 무기 타면서 땀났고요. 잠시 후에 공간입니다.
둘, 셋, 팍! 자, 감사합니다. 열심히 하겠습니다.
모형부터 보니까 어때요? 잘 된 것 같아요?
지금 제 표정이 너무 안 좋잖아요. 그래서 표정에 신경 쓰겠습니다.
어떻게 해요? 더 파워풀하게?
This is so cool, by the way. The fact that their entire adolescence has essentially been documented and put on camera, I guess in some ways, it can be a point of concern, but in other ways, like, what a blessing, because they will be able to look back when they're in their 50s and when they're in their 60s, and their careers, you know, start to hit a plateau, and they could look back at their entire trajectory with pride, with a smile on their face, knowing that they gave it their all. Yeah. And knowing that they took control of their destinies. Man.
거침없이 실전을 후련들 방탄소년단입니다. 에노.
힙합 아이돌 방탄소년단이 더 강력해진 모습으로 돌아왔습니다. 강렬한 퍼포먼스와 보다 강력해진 카리스마로 돌아온 기대해준 방탄소년단 여러분들 모셨습니다. 데뷔한 지 4개월 만에 정말 엄청나게 팬덤이 생겼어요.
NO is kind of an abbreviation of no offense.
과연 사람들에게 행복한가? 네, 더 듣기 전에 행복을 찾아라. 이렇게 묻고 있는 그런 앨범이고요.
The album questions if you are really happy with your life and to find your happiness before it's too late. Damn, so what I was talking about before pretty much.
더 듣기 전에 행복을 찾아라. 이렇게 묻고 있는 그런 앨범이고요.
But also another caveat to that, because different things make different people happy, right? So for some people, manipulating currency, speculating on the market, and foreclosing people's homes is something that brings them joy, because the end result is that those people end up making a huge profit based on someone else's despair. You know, they end up becoming successful at someone else's expense. And so if I were to add a caveat, I would say that there's nothing wrong with pursuing happiness. In fact, all of us should pursue happiness. And for me, at least, happiness resides in my service to others. So what am I doing to make the world a better place? What am I doing to put a smile on someone's face? What am I doing to relate to someone and help them feel like they're not alone in this world? It's crazy to think, but there are 7 billion people in this world right now, and so much loneliness. And I think that's a gift. That's a skill. If you're able to relate to someone, empathize with them. Yeah.
In Korea, the university you attend is regarded by the society as one of the most important factors for determining your success in life. The College Scholastic Ability Test, also called 수능, is the test that dictates which university students would attend. Students literally spend their whole lives preparing for this test.
저 때도 그랬고 지금도 그렇고 우리 학생들은 공부밖에 할 줄 몰라요.
These students study hard. On average, they'll do 15 hours a day. When school ends at 4 o'clock, it's not time to go home. The next shift starts, and most will go on to cram schools.
See, that's not healthy to be working like what they said, 15 hours a day, and the kids falling asleep in class because they're working so hard. And going back to like the concept of hard work, it's important to work hard to achieve your dreams and passions. And as parents, I think, I won't say we because I'm not a parent, but it's important to foster a child's creativity. It's important to listen to them when they tell you what they want to do as they grow up, or when they grow up, even if they're like, I want to be a firefighter, or I want to be a... But a lot of parents don't listen. A lot of parents are like, no, you need to get a good high paying job, and they create this false equivalence between pursuing your dream and not making good money, not making decent money. Like, you can't make decent money from your dream job, you know. And I think BTS is a testament to the idea that you can, based on what they've accomplished. Granted, I know some people will say, well, BTS is 1 in a million. Yeah. And there are also artists out there. There are also, I don't know, YouTubers like myself who have made it, you know, from like following their dreams. And granted, I'm not making decent money yet, but these are sacrifices that you have to decide for yourself, or, you know, whether or not they're worth it, whether or not it's worth pursuing your dream. Because in order to do it, oftentimes you got to take 2 steps back before you can take 1 step forward. And a lot of folks want to take the safe route. A lot of folks are like, well, I don't want to be an author because like the amount of time I'll have to put into that and study for that until like I come out with this great book that a lot of people buy. It's just going to take a lot more time than if I would decide to go to school, become an engineer for 2 years, get out and make a whole lot of money. So it all depends on what you want, but keyword, you. Your parents have already lived their lives. They already made their decisions about which careers they want to pursue, how they want to live their lives, the type of people that they wanted to become. They already made their decision. So it's time for you to make yours. Don't let anybody interfere with that.
Those who don't succeed, there's a tragic cost.
South Korea has exceptionally high suicide rate. Suicide is the 4th most common cause of death in South Korea. In the age range of 10 to 19 years old, South Korea has the highest suicide rate in the world.
Mental health is a joke here in Korea.
There's a lack of counselling for kids in South Korea. Tragically, some see suicide as the only option.
I'm glad BTS is pushing back against that narrative, frankly. Oh, and also, I probably should address it. Here's the thing. When I make these critiques, I'm not critiquing a particular nationality. I'm not critiquing South Korea as a geographical location on this continent. I'm critiquing ideologies, narratives, false beliefs. These are the things that I'm critiquing, because I know, like in the last documentary, whoever did this video, they were pointing out some like flaws in the K-pop system, and I was just giving commentary on that. Like, it's you have to set boundaries for kids to make sure that they don't burn out, so that they can achieve these great heights. But if you overwork them, then they're going to lose a passion for what they're doing, and eventually it's going to become a job to them as opposed to something they love to do. And I had folks in the comments misread what I had said and started making comparisons to America, and they're like, well, the West is no better. America is no better. Look at what we do with sports and kids. And I'm like, yeah, and I brought that up too, but not everything has to be a comparison, and not everything has to be a contest to jump down somebody's throat by misrepresenting their position or what they said. But we do live in a society where everyone wants to be woke. And so folks will intentionally misinterpret, distort, and misrepresent someone's stance just so they can earn stripes as social justice warrior without understanding the nuances of these issues and how they are not just particular to one race of people, to one country, that these issues affect us all in one way or another. So that was a pretty long rant, but y'all know that I got love for you, and y'all know that I read the comments because I love interacting with you, and I'm not necessarily mad or frustrated. People do that in the comments too. They're like, don't worry about. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with having these conversations. And me as a YouTuber or content creator speaking directly to y'all, I think a lot of YouTubers don't, I won't say they don't care about their subscribers, because I don't want to do the same thing that I am opposing, which is placing myself on a pedestal like some people place themselves. With that said, I don't know. I shouldn't really speak on how other YouTubers feel about their audience or about their subscribers, but I think y'all deserve this dialogue, you know, this back and forth dialogue. Or at least like not back and forth, but a response to some of your comments.
한국은 주변 사람들이 열심히 하니까 자기도 옆에 사람만큼 열심히 해야겠다 이런 생각이 많이 드는 것 같아요.
친구들한테는 괜찮다, 이겨낼 수 있다고 하는데 미치겠습니다. 돌아버릴 것 같아요.
솔직히 말해서 저는 사실일까?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people were also attacking the person who made this documentary. And again, I don't think anyone is immune to criticism. I don't necessarily see anything wrong with describing some of the things that take place in a particular school, in a school system, or, you know, I don't see anything wrong with bringing some of these issues to light.
화는 아닐까? 우리가 화상을 만들어 놓고 그냥 거기에 달라드는 거 아닐까?
But it, of course, if you're over accentuating the negative aspects of a particular culture or people, then I can see how that can be problematic. But if the South Korean education system is cutthroat, competitive, and overworks students to the point that, you know, they get depressed and contemplate some of these serious actions, then I don't know, you want people to like not be informed about that?
축하할 일이 한 가지 더 있습니다, 여러분. 자, 무엇일까요?
제 생일입니다.
생일 축하합니다.
생일 축하합니다. 사랑하는 내 모녀 생일 축하합니다. 무릎 꿇으세요. 감사합니다. 저희 소원은 신인상을 꼭 탔으면 좋겠습니다. 신인상 꼭 탔으면 좋겠고요. 홍보 좀 해주세요. 땡파 얘기하세요. 땡파. 선언을 했어요.
컴백. 저희가 컴백으로 돌아왔죠.
이제 진짜 이제 컴백을 했는데 뭔가 요번 앨범에서 정말 더 한번 빵 터뜨려서,
그렇죠.
이제 본격적으로 방탄소년단을 알릴 수 있었으면 참 좋겠다.
그렇죠.
긴장을 너무 많이 해서 조금 실수를 했었다.
조금 아니다. 귀가 많이 틀렸다.
아니다.
이제 좀 이렇게 혼났었는데 이게 그래 좀 두려웠지.
그래도 사원 녹화 때는 정말 팬분들
우리 엄청난 아미분들
정말 대단한 것 같다.
엄청난 아미분들이 많은 응원을 해주셔서 정말
일단 음원도 안 나왔는데
음원도 공개가 안 됐는데
사원 녹화를 할 때 갑자기
Everybody say no 하는데 다 노를
외치니까
노를 외치니까 신기했어. 열심히 합시다.
그렇습니다.
열심히 하겠다. 그래 제이홉
B의
로그 끝.
자 여러분 9월 20일이 무슨 날인지 아시나요?
추석입니다.
추석인가요? 네 추석입니다. 추석이죠. 추석인가요? 뭐 추석 연휴기도 하고요.
연휴예요?
네 9월 20일.
제 생일 후 정확히 8일이 지났죠.
그렇죠.
100일? 에이 설마 100일이지.
정말 어색한 리액션 정말 감사하고
죄송합니다.
저희 방탄소년단이 데뷔한 지 100일이 된 날이죠. 제가 저희가 이제 데뷔한 지 정확하게 100일이 됐는데요. 정말 그 100일 동안 항상 옆에서 함께 해주신 아미 분들이 있어서 저희가 존재하는 게 아닌가.
그렇죠.
너무너무 감사드리고요. 앞으로 100일, 1000일, 만일, 10만일 동안
10만일
함께해요!
하지만
찍으시면 안 되는데? 찍으시면 안 돼. 솔직히 름먼 형보다 춤 못 춘 거 아니야?
I'm my best, y'all. Okay, so I know RM, Sugar, Jimin, and J-Hope, but there are still 3 other names that I have to memorize.
많이 하는데 사람이 왜 사고가 다칠까요?
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
네?
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
저는 언더그라운드와 메이저의 가교가 되고 싶다고 이야기를 했어요. 그 이유가 저도 대구에서 음악을 할 때 굉장히 힘들었었고 매일 저녁 굶고 장기 하나 살려고 다 그래요. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었어요. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었다. 뭘로? 제가 가교가 되어서.
See, that's why a lot of people aren't as successful as they could be, because they spend so much time focusing on someone else's success. And this is a perfect example. RM is not hurting anyone from making a transition from rap to pop music. He's evolving, he's adapting, which is why he's a part of the biggest music group in the world. So to criticize that, or to knock his grind, or to insinuate that he is not authentic, which I think this is where these guys are going, because I've seen a clip of this guy right here criticize how these guys wear makeup. I just think it reeks of bitterness on this guy's part.
본인이 아이돌 해가지고 그걸 바꿀 수 있다고 생각했어요?
The way we refer to stars singing on the stage or dancing on the stage in Korean is that we don't call them stars or artists. The common way we call them are idols. And we actually expect them to be this perfect idol that's always smiling, always very perfect, and don't have any mistakes in their personalities, or they always look pretty even without any makeup on. We expect someone to be like spotless.
That's interesting. And I think that's what makes BTS stand out from all the other music groups in South Korea or in the world, because they wear their heart on their sleeves and they're honest about their flaws and insecurities and fears, and they put themselves on display in a way that perhaps other groups just don't. So I think it's very admirable. It's a delicate balance, of course, because they're super famous. So when you expose yourself like that, when you share your vulnerabilities with people, oftentimes they have a tendency to read that as a weakness, and you could be left vulnerable to, you know, people trying to enter your inner matrix to hurt you or take advantage of you. And I'm sure that's happened at one point or another. I'm falling in this chair. But that's the price to pay when you want to be excellent, you know, when you want to have a significant impact on the world. Sometimes you have to be somewhat, you have to take a martyr's route.
너무 잘하는데 노래를 못한다. 노래 잘하고요. 춤 세계에서 제일 잘 춘다고요. 근데 심지어 노래 잘하고 춤 잘 추는데 얼굴까지 예쁘고 몸매도 좋은데 연기도 되는 친구가 한 팀에 5명이면 5명이 다 그래.
아이돌이 무슨 뜻이에요?
우상이죠. 제가 아이돌은 사전적으로 우상인데, 아이돌이라는 것은 우리나라에서는 이제 음악적인 것뿐만 아니라 산업적으로도 굉장히 복합적인 분야잖아요.
He's basically calling them fake. He's like, y'all are manufactured, y'all are... When, according to, you know, documentaries that I've seen previously about them, they don't seem industrialized. They weren't, you know, packaged and cut in the same meat factory that all the other groups were. The CEO, forget what his name is, but it sounds like he gave them a lot of creative freedom. All that he wanted from them was to create music that was, going back to what I said before, relatable, that people could feel. So yeah, I don't know where he's going.
어떤 사람들은 아이돌이라는 존재들이 힙합과 어떻게 어울릴 수 있냐. 힙합은 사실 또 어떻게 보면 좀 남성적이고 마초성이 좀 있는 문화이기도 하고, 방탄소년단이 무대에 올라갔을 때 등장을 한다. 또 메이크업을 하는 거에 대한 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데.
그런 게 아니라 여자. 입고 다니는 게 여장이 아니에요.
뭐 사실 그렇게 느끼신다면
입고 다니는 게 여장이 아니에요.
뭐 사실 그렇게 느끼신다면 뭐 그렇게 느끼실 수도 있을 것 같아요.
I think he asked, doesn't acting like a girl make you one? It's such a ridiculous question. Does acting like an asshole make you one?
정신 부탁드립니다. 땡이다. 땡이다.
잘해봤어요? 편지 왔습니다.
아웃터 이런 거 얼마나 줘요? 10만 원. 10만 원.
편지 왔습니다.
아, 감사합니다.
네, 제 편지 읽어볼까요?
최근에 편지를 많이 읽으면서 느낀 건데 편지에 항상 고맙고 미안하다는 말을 써주시는 분들이 많이 계신데 저도 그런 편지를 읽을 때마다 굉장히 가슴 뭉클해지고 고맙고 또 저도 미안해집니다. 감사합니다.
정말 내가 아티스트인지 아이돌인지 헷갈릴 때가 많다. 나 스스로는 아이돌의 형태를 띈 아티스트라고 생각을 많이 했었는데 사람들의 인식은 제각기 다른 거니까. 그리고 내가 앞으로 보여줄 아티스트적인 면모가 더 많다고 생각을 하고 정말 산 넘어 산이라는 말이 딱 맞는 게 정말 데뷔하면 모든 게 다 잘 되고 뭔가 괜찮을 것 같았는데 정말 또 더 큰 세상을 보니까 더 큰 고민을 하게 되고 복잡하고 정말 혼란스럽지만 이런 마음들을 좀 음악에 담아낼 수 있어야 그게 내 몫이라고 생각한다. 그걸 음악에 녹여내고 더 승화시켜서 더 진정성 있고 더 좋은 음악을 들려드리고 싶은 마음이다. 아무튼 요즘 그래도 열심히 잘 하고 있으니까 랩몬스터 김남준이 힘냈으면 좋겠다. 잘하고 있다고 믿을 것이고 잘 해낼 것이다. 너무 많이 생각하지 말자.
Don't think about it too much. Man, that is great life advice right there. Just that last sentence. Don't think about it too much. Man. Whew. So simple, but so poignant.
그대로 읽을 겁니다. 그대로.
조명도 살짝 어둡게. 네.
이거 뭐지? 인간극장 아닌데요?
사실 정말 믿기지가 않습니다. 춤이 너무 좋아 공부도 안 하고 새벽에 매일 나가 새벽 연습하고 고생한 끝에 서울로 올라갈 땐 그래도 그 누구보다 좋아하셨던 부모님, 저 아버지의 그 웃음이.
여러분은 모르시겠지만 연습생 때는 정말로 데뷔를 할 수 있을지도 몰랐습니다. 정말로 울기도 하고 지치기도 하면서 포기하고 싶다는 생각을 많이 했었습니다.
사실 예전은 즐겁다고 생각한 적은 많이 없었던 것 같아요.
그리고 지금까지 열심히 활동하면 제게 작지만 되게 큰 목표가 하나 생겼습니다. 정말 제 목소리로 여러분들의 마음을 감동시킬 수 있는 그런 가수가 되고 싶고 또 정말 떳떳하게 자랑스럽게 부끄럽지 않게 나는 방탄소년단의 팬이다 라고 말할 수 있도록 정말 멋진 가수가 되겠다고 다짐했습니다. 참 이렇게 고마운 존재인데 저희에게 되려 미안하다고 할 때는 저는 마음이 참 아픕니다. 우리 서로 고마워하는 사이가 되었으면 좋겠어요.
저는 여러분을 실망시키는 일이 세상에서 가장 두렵습니다. 항상 말해왔듯이 여러분이 없으면 저도 없으니까요. 아미들, 내가 꿈을 이루면 나는 또 누군가의 꿈이 된다고 합니다. 여러분 모두의 꿈이고 싶어요. 그게 저의 역할인 것 같습니다.
아직 모르는 게 많고 서툴고 어벙대지만 점점 나아지는 모습으로 아미 여러분들이 자랑스러워하는 방탄소년단이 되고 싶습니다.
바쁜 스케줄 덕분에 몸은 지쳐도 저희를 응원해주시는 아미분들을 만날 때마다 힘이 됩니다.
아미 여러분들을 만나고 항상 웃고 긍정적인 사람으로 바뀌게 된 것 같아.
I was just saying, and I'm sorry about the background noise, by the way. As you know, the floors in this current apartment are uneven, but just a few more days until I move. So we're gonna get a new chair, new apartment, new me, new mood, new energy, all of it. But going back to what one of them said before, where he was like, I wanted to dance so much that I just didn't study. I feel like that with YouTube, or at least, yeah, I feel like that oftentimes. Like with this full-time job that I have right now, it's just a distraction to me. And I think that's how you know you found your passion in life, when almost everything else becomes a distraction. And that's how I know I've made the right decision as far as my decision to make YouTube a full-time job. I know the future will be uncertain, unstable, because that is the name of the game. But at this point in my life, there's nothing else I'd rather do with my time than interact with you all and listen to various types of music that touched my soul. And BTS has definitely met that standard. Like Spring Day was great, and man, Butter was awesome. Make It Right was a song that really hit home with me and made me nod my head. So yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy. And I'll be a lot happier when I get the hell out of here, but patience is a virtue.
하고 싶네요. 아미 여러분, 언제나 저희 옆에 성장하는 모습을 지켜봐 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
I love this. I love the gratitude here.
네, 늘 사랑합니다, 고맙습니다라고 표현을 하려고는 하는데 그게 굉장히 어렵습니다. 사랑합니다.
제가 이런 여기 있으면서 제가 정말 어떤 사람인지 또 어떤 사람이 되어야 하는지 정말 많이 깨닫는 것 같고요. 그래서 저희한테 고마운 존재입니다. 또 진짜 더 열심히 할게요. 정말 감사합니다. 저희는 지금까지 방탄소년단이었습니다. 둘, 셋! 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
나가기 싫다.
발대기가 발이 무겁네요.
나가기 싫다.
2014년 12월 4일 진의 일지. 오늘은 내 생일이다. 새로운 가족들, 우리 방탄이들과 생일을 보냈는데, 와, 이 먹거든. 어떻게 연습실에 다 들어들과 새로운 가족들, 우리 방탄이들과 생일을 보냈는데, 와, 이 먹거든. 어떻게 연습실에 딱 들어오자마자 케이크로 생일 축하한다고 이렇게 케이크를 묻혀대더니
생일 축하드려요. 감사합니다.
우리 팬분들이 많은 편지와 또 메시지들을 보내주셨는데, 정말 이렇게 많이 사랑받아도 될까 싶을 정도로 많이 축하해 주시고,
What a beautiful compliment. Thank you for being born.
또 태어나줘서 고맙다는 말을 많이 해주셨는데, 그냥 감사합니다. 꼭 정말 더 많이 노력을 해서 절대로 실망시키지 않는 방탄의 맏형 진이 될 테니까 더 지켜봐 주셨으면 좋겠다.
네, 정말 뜨거운 함성으로 가득 찬 2013 멜론 뮤직 어워드 함께하고 있습니다. 네, 뜨거운 함성으로.
She
네, 정말.
is not fake. Oh, she's an actress? All right, that makes sense. She is not phased at all, like not nervous. She's owning it.
뜨거운 감성으로 가득 찬 2013 멜론 뮤직 어워드 함께하고 있습니다.
네, 정말 2013년이 저렇게 뜨거워.
멜론 뮤직 어워드 함께하고.
I like the swagger that he carries himself with. Who is this guy?
네, 정말 뜨거운 감성으로 가득 찬 2013 멜론 뮤직 어워드 함께하고 있습니다.
네, 정말 2013년이 저렇게 뜨거웠구나라는 것을 다시 한번 느껴볼 수 있었고요. 지금 말씀드리는 순간 밴에서 방탄소년단인가요?
네, 2013 데뷔한 아주 핫한
They
신인이죠.
just have a glow to them when they come onto the scene.
방탄소년단인가요?
네, 2013 데뷔한 아주 핫한 신인이죠. 정말 패기 넘치는 모습으로 레드카펫을 걷고 있습니다.
자, 방탄소년단은 올해 데뷔를 하면서 정말 인기보다는 실력으로 승부를 하면서 다양한 이슈를 나왔는데요. 자, 그리고 방탄소년단이 팀워크가 얼마나 좋은지 알 수 있냐면요. 지금 7명이 쫙 섰는데 키가 다 똑같아요. 네.
All the same. Like, that's
야, 우리 당연히 못 봤냐? 참가상 모르냐, 참가상?
야, 떨려.
진짜요?
우리 밖에서 멘붕일 것 같아.
우리 하기 전에 있다고?
밖에 된 멘붕.
모르겠네요. 과연.
진짜 받으면 울 것 같아요.
(2013) 멜론 뮤직 어워드 신인상 방탄소년단 축하드립니다.
방탄소년단?
축하드립니다.
우리 아미분들 아미 정말 너무너무 감사드리고요. 더 좋은 음악, 더 좋은 무대로 앞으로도 찾아뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 부모님 사랑한다.
VJ 방탄 특공대와 함께한 저희의 이야기 어떠셨나요? 방탄소년단의 새로운 변신 앞으로도 많이 지켜봐 주시길 바라고 저희 VJ 방탄 특공대 여기서 인사드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
학교 갑니다. 힙합 하러 갑니다.
방탄소년단 랩 가사?
Why do y'all want me to watch this? I remember last time y'all were like, can you watch the behind the or whatever this is? But if I'm gonna watch it on the next episode, then what is the use of? If someone can provide me with some good rationale, I will watch these little trailers for the next episode, like going forward. If someone could provide me with like a good reason to sit through like the last 2 minutes.
저서요.
Otherwise, I'll
진정하겠습니다.
just watch the episode. Chapter 4. Because this is literally behind the scenes. This isn't like what's gonna happen on the next episode. Okay, so Manny, you're just being impatient. This is like to this episode.
우린 방탄소년단 힙합하려고 모였다 남다른 목소리로 대중들의 귀를 녹여마 We sweet like a syrup 거짓말들은 싫어 진짜 우리 얘기들로만 가사에 꽉꽉 실어 랩 몬스터스 가진 전국제 요피지맨 한국 여자들은 우리 때문에 가기 싫어질 걸 이미 그리고 여기서 랩하고 있어 1위 yeah.
Is that a freestyle? Because their reactions indicate to me that like they hadn't heard that before.
가사에 꽉꽉 실어 랩 몬스터스 가진 전국제 요피지맨 한국 여자들은 우리 때문에 가기 싫어질 걸 이미 그리고 여기서 랩하고 있어 1위
제리 옆하는 손을 몸으로 표현해주세요.
누나 좋아하지?
일단 매력 너무 넘쳐 19살 귀염둥이 보컬 내려놔.
What happened?
숟가락 먹어야 돼.
What did he just eat? Okay, I see why you wanted me to watch that. Alright, so if you enjoyed this reaction video, please comment, like, and subscribe. I know I kept you here long enough. I will see y'all next time. Peace.